Hi, and welcome to episode 3. Today we're going to be talking about why taking care of yourself matters. Because in episode 1 and 2, I shared with you why living healthy is important, why you should be looking at a healthy lifestyle right now. And I want today's episode to just dive that little bit deeper on why you should really care about yourself to put the right healthy habits in place so that you are feeling healthy and strong. So this might be quite a deep episode. It's a topic that I love to talk about, and it's really at the very heart of what I'm all about, because you have one life. We all have one life. There's an absolute reality to that, but it's something that many of us don't talk about and we don't think about because it can bring with it fear, which is very understandable. But we need to have that perspective of our lives so that we can put the right value against them. And that's where we then really get the right value and worth of ourselves, who we are in our own life, because many of us are really trying to do and have it all because we want a great life. That's what for many of us, we're really, focused on wanting to achieve and get out of our time here. But what comes from that way of thinking and being is that we end up constantly striving and hustling. There's this real hustle mentality out there that many people have picked up and think that's the right approach to get the happiness and success that they want in their lives. But by focusing on that, it's actually making what we want to achieve so much harder because we're ending up feeling very overwhelmed. There's a real problem at the moment with lots of people hitting burnout because they're constantly in push mode, working so hard, really going at everything from a fast pace and a perspective of if I just do this, then, I'll feel more successful or I'll feel more happy or I can move on from that and get to the next thing that it is I want to do, to get to that next place in my life that is going to give me what it is I'm looking for. But to be able to function in that way at that fast pace and cope with it and still feel happy and still get value from things that you're doing in your life, you've got to be healthy and well to be able to cope with it, because you only have you for the rest of your life. That's the one thing you carry with you through your whole life. You only get one mind and one body to achieve what it is you want to achieve. So you need to make sure that you can function the way you want to. Think of a car. Okay, so you've got a car and you're going on a long journey and you're going to put your fuel in, whatever that is, whether it's diesel, petrol, or maybe electric. You're going to make sure that it's got the right fuel to get you the miles you need to go. But if you haven't also made sure that you've got the right air in your tyres, or you've got the windscreen washing and the oil checked, and you've got your air conditioning working or the heating if it's the winter, and maybe you've got, your supplies to eat and drink and entertain you, you're not going to have a successful journey. The car has the fuel, but all of the other things that work in the engine and in the car itself to get the result you're looking for all need to be ready, primed, optimum, work in the way that they're intended to work together as one machine. And that is exactly the same for us as humans. We are a machine. We have all of these different systems within our body. They all have to work together to give the right output, the best output. So that's why you need to take care of yourself, because if you're just constantly pushing yourself to achieve all of the things that you want to achieve, and you're not able to perform optimally, in harmony, everything together the way that it should, you are going to fall down. That's the reality. Now, where we fall short for many of us at this point is that we don't value ourselves enough to think that we should be taking care of ourselves in the way we actually need to be taken care of. That's something many of us struggle with. We have low self-worth, low self-belief, low self-esteem. Some of us have low self-confidence and self-love. So when we're missing the value of ourselves, we won't put the right emphasis and attention and effort and energy into taking care of ourselves in the way that we actually need to, because we just think, yeah, we can do it. And for many of us, we actually talk to ourselves in quite a derogatory way as well. We put ourselves down. We tell ourselves lots of very negative things. I'm sure you've been there and done this. I certainly have. Telling yourself things like, you're useless, you're destined to fail, you're not as good as everyone else. Why does this kind of thing always happen to me? They're very common things that many of us say without realizing how much harm they can have on us. And when we treat ourselves in that way, we're adding to that problem we have of already not having enough value of ourselves. We're basically confirming what we already think, is that we're not worthy and that we're not good enough and that we don't need to take better care of ourselves. So we really need to get clear on why we matter, why taking care of ourselves should be a much higher priority. Because when we don't do things to take care of ourselves and invest in our health and create a good, strong well-being, we can end up with quite a lot of effects, both physically and mentally. It can lead to lots of different health problems. So you need to really know your worth and value so that you can take care of yourself, to make sure you are as strong and functional as possible. And when you feel worthy and you feel strong, you want to make yourself feel even better. And that's the great effects of living a healthy lifestyle, the profound. When you feel healthy and your well-being is a high level, then you feel more happy, more positive and optimistic, more driven, energized, motivated, more confident. And all of those things help to elevate you so you can go after your goals and the things you want to do with more ease and more focus and clarity. So when you feel good about yourself, you're just much more capable of dealing with change and challenges as well. You can build your resilience, and that is something which is really positive and supportive when you do hit obstacles in your life. So we're talking about one life and the fact that you want to live it in a certain way. You'll have dreams, you've got your goals, and they are great. They're fantastic. They're what are giving you your purpose and pushing you forwards, that you can really make your life one that you're going to look back on and think, yeah, that was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, there were hard moments and there were points in my life that were tougher than others. There were times that, I look back and really still feel pained by. But ultimately, I know that I did what I wanted to in my life. I got out of it the kind of things that I wanted to get out of it. And I was able to do that because I was healthy, I was strong, and I felt happiness through my life. I felt it on every step of the journey in lots of different ways. And one other really important thing which links to my mission, vision and purpose at Life Now Coaching is that when you live your life in this way, you're modelling to others around you how to live a healthy life and the impact that your healthy habits have on you. They create that happiness and motivation and energy and empowerment, etc. So the value that you're going to give to others is unreal. Think of children, if you've got your own children. When you show them how normal it is to live a healthy life, and also that you live in that way because you really value yourself, you know that you are worth taking care of to live the way that you want to live. That's teaching kids especially, but also others around you. Maybe it's people at work or people in your extended family or friendship group. You're showing them how important it is to take care of yourself and what you get as an output by taking care of yourself. It's like that old analogy of putting your own oxygen mask on first. When you put your oxygen mask on first, you are then able to help others. But if you don't take care of yourself first, then you're not going to be the best version of you to help others in the way that they really need you to help them. Now, Nobody knows what tomorrow's going to bring. So you really do need to find your happiness today. And we talk at Life Now Coaching about being more present, about finding joy, gratitude, and happiness from everything that we have in our lives. You know, we look for the small things every day. And when you take care of yourself and you build these healthy habits, you're in a much better position. And it becomes much more natural as well to find gratitude and joy in the smaller things around you. That becomes a habit for you. So it has this amazing ripple effect. It really does add up to so much in your life when you show yourself that you're investing in you, when you're putting everything out there on the table to say, I am worth it. I'm going to take care of myself to give myself the best life that I can. It really does get the outcome that you desire, which is happiness, success, and wealth. And when I talk about wealth, it's not about money. We all want to live a wealthy life, but wealthy has to mean something individual to you. Maybe that's about freedom in how you work and live, having flexibility, providing and taking care of your family in a certain way. For a lot of people, it's about travel and having some great experiences. You need to know that you're living in alignment with your values and purpose. And I talked about this on the last couple of episodes. It's so important to really know what you want to get from your life, what your values are, what's driving you forward, so that you can then say, okay, to get those things and to be in alignment with those things, I need to be well, I need to be strong, I need to be happy. And when I get those things, I can absolutely describe my life as being a high value life. It's a wealthy life. I've got my health, I've got my happiness, and I'm aligning to the values that I have, whatever they may be. So when you're working hard and you're trying to do it all, even if you do achieve your goals, you might sometimes feel like something's amiss, that it's just not quite right. You're not quite feeling the happiness and the success and the satisfaction that you thought you would get at the end of that. And that's probably because you are falling short in taking care of yourself and making sure you've got a really good well-being. So when you do build that strong well-being by living a healthy lifestyle, you are going to feel much more satisfaction, success, fulfillment when you do complete those things. And you're also going to get much more from it along the journey on the way to achieving them. So when you feel more happy, you do also feel more confident, driven, energized, and it really does lift those up around you. It just has this incredible ripple effect that kind of creates this cycle of feeling stronger, feeling more confident, feeling more happy, so that you do want to take even more care of yourself because you value yourself, you build your self-worth, belief, love, you have a lot of self-compassion and support. So just to wrap up today's episode, living healthy now is important so you can make the most of your life, not just now, but in the future. You can create a life that is filling you up in exactly the way that it is you want to live. It's going to help to make you feel happy, but it's also going to have an incredible impact on those around you, especially kids, to help them see that living healthy is very normal, so that they grow up with their own healthy habits as normal for themselves. They value themselves and know that they should take care of themselves to also live a great life because they've seen you doing exactly that. Thanks so much for listening today. Hope to see you again next time.